Now, I wanted to ask, as a middle-income country, Botswana doesn't perhaps attract the kind of international donor funding that it used to receive. Given these changed circumstances, your society, KCS, developed some new ways of operating. I just wondered if you could briefly explain why the KCS strategy is so innovative, and perhaps in concrete terms you can give us an example of some of the successes you've achieved through the application of this new strategy.
Thank you very much. Yes, we really have to be innovative, particularly as an NGO. We face the brunt of maybe picking up our bags like some have done. But then we needed to really find ways of collaborating with partners elsewhere, particularly in the region where there's still donor funding accessible to those countries, or partners in terms of NGOs in those countries. So we started off by collaborative projects that are regional, to be able to be part of implementing some of the activities in our country. For instance, the new approaches like ecosystems approach. So if you look into that, then it means you have to doing cross-border projects. Yeah. For instance, through river basin organizations, then we can be able to collaborate with like-minded NGOs in the countries that are neighboring us. And then the other way was to also then look into aspects of core management. This is now whereby we had to be working with communities, particularly as we have pressures that are coming through climate change, and also again having to assist them, in livelihoods improvements. So our organization then had to look into not just being a wildlife-focused NGO that is, advocating for the protection of the species, but rather where does the species live, how does it live, how does it affect the environment it lives in. So we needed to really now be a biodiversity-oriented organization rather than just wildlife management. So with that, then we're able to encompass other aspects of conservation. So in terms of the successes, yes, one will say if you look into the fact that then our project had various elements in terms of what to do. There were so many components that needed to be undertaken by a particular project. It was not just research. Our research project will have to have an educational component, it will have to have a livelihoods component, and it will also have to have a way of sustainability. So this is how we're able to then, change the strategy from being a wildlife society into a biodiversity-oriented society. Look into issues of water. Previously, we didn't do that. So, for instance, we've just been managing a project on behalf of the government of Botswana, the Department of Water Affairs, which was integrated water resource management. So with that project, then you look into various sectors that are there. So then we really diversified in terms of also being project managers rather than just being, advocates of change, but rather than we could be manage funds for partners and be also implementers at the same time.